I want to give you an update on the new details in this investigation. I told you that this wasn't going to go away, that I'm going to stay on top of it. But new information with regard to this whole David situation. For those of you that have been living under a rock or you're not aware of what's going on, David, who was a singer, and he was on tour, and his former girlfriend, who just so happened to be underage, they said that she was 12, maybe 11 when he first started interacting with her. She was 15 at the time of her death. She was found in a Tesla in the front trunk of a Tesla, stuffed up, body decomposed, of a Tesla with his name registered to it. And the body had been being decomposed for an extended period of time. And it had got discovered inside of a towing yard because the smell had got so bad. Now, the owner of the house, apparently, the owner of the house that he was renting, and I'm assuming that that owner probably got him getting up out of there, they saying that they might have done an investigation that uncovered some new information. I don't know. Let's get into it, y'all.
A private investigator claims he's uncovered crucial new evidence in the haunting case of 15-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, the girl found in the front trunk of a Tesla registered to rising music star David. And that new evidence, he claims, includes who was the last one driving the Tesla where the teen's body was ultimately discovered.
Sandra Mitchell is live in Hollywood with more on what we're learning tonight. Sandra.
Micah and Cher, that private investigator told me tonight that he actually has video evidence of the last person driving that Tesla. He says he has supplied it to the LAPD. He also told me tonight an arrest in the case could be coming very soon. New clues tonight about the crime involving the remains of a teen girl found in the trunk of a Tesla.
Hold on, dog. Hold on. You telling me that a private independent investigator was able to acquire footage to show who the last person was to drive the car? The last person was to drive the car, but the Los Angeles Police Department, the FBI, and everybody else wasn't able to acquire this information beforehand? Come on, dog. If this is true, this is stupid. If this is true, then we as taxpayers, you guys over there in Los Angeles, we as taxpayers are basically paying for nothing. We should have known this the minute that they discovered the body inside of the car. They should have had this information the minute that they discovered the body inside of the car. And if you're telling me that the Los Angeles Police Department, as well as, or maybe it wasn't Los Angeles Police Department, whoever over in California Police Department, including investigators and the FBI and anybody else that was involved in this, didn't already have this information, that is crazy to me.
Owned by rising star musician David.
I think she
we might as well contract everything out
has been deceased a lot longer than what people. That
might actually be a great idea. That might be a great idea. Maybe. Listen, hear me out. Let's rock out for a minute. Maybe police departments, maybe that's what I would do if I would become mayor. Instead of bogging down your police investigators, I would have one investigator to oversee the contracting of private investigators to actually source out all of the cold crimes and all of the different murders and whatever it is that we have as a cold case or whatever new case comes out. You farm that out, you outsource it so that you can solve more crimes instead of having a backlog of different crimes and investigations that you have to deal with. Maybe we need to do that. Maybe we need to be subcontracting out to people that are better at this job than the people that are doing it on a daily basis, getting paid hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. And then you can also reduce the liability to it. I'm telling you, maybe we need to be farming this stuff out and be spending more money on actual solving for the crimes instead of paying people based off of a backlog of crime that they are overwhelmed and can't handle. Private investigators are not bound by the law, which is the thing that you want to do. You want somebody to go out there and get in the mud and find out what's really going on. That's a really good idea. I'm gonna write that down so when I run for office, that's gonna be one of my campaign promises.
May have originally thought it could go back as early as January or February.
Sasha.
Which is hard to fathom.
Private investigator Steve Fisher recently went inside the Hollywood Hills mansion where David lived just before the body of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez was found in his abandoned Tesla.
There were disturbing items.
And Fisher told KTLA he found items that could be linked to the crime, items left behind by LAPD even after a search of the property.
There's some items, some physical items that I unfortunately can't disclose, but they are significant because they could be something that could have been used in a plan to actually get rid of her body.
Fisher also says he's uncovered interesting video from neighborhood security cameras that he's handed over to LAPD. He says he knows who was driving the car when it was abandoned in late July,
this should have been solved
presumably
a long time ago,
with the body in the trunk.
I'm
literally
certain I know who it is. I can't say, but there is surveillance from the 29th, and I'm certain I know who this person is.
The initial autopsy showed no obvious cause of death. Investigators now are waiting for toxicology reports.
What's the secret?
It's been almost 7 weeks since Celeste's body was found. No arrest and no suspects. David, real name David Anthony Burke, has not.
Oh, this dog is zesty for real.
Arrest and no suspects. David.
Yeah, he definitely like kids. That's the face of a man that looks like he like younger, with the fingernails and the purposely zesty pose, and taking it in front of the how do you do that? So he got this finger up under, 2 in the middle, 1 at the top, like this. And he got his shoulder up like this. Yeah, you got to try to make that type of pose. That's not something that comes natural to a man. That's not something that comes natural.
Real name David Anthony Burke has not commented, but he did cancel his world tour, and he has not been seen in public since then.
It's been shocking how silent he's been for somebody that really lived online, and not only him, but the people around him in his immediate orbit. They've gone completely silent.
So we do know there was at least one crime committed, concealing body. When might we expect an arrest in the case? The investigator believes that LAPD is waiting for those toxicology reports, which could come any day and could indicate a more serious crime.
This is just being dragged out so long. I'm trying to figure out, why is this such a long case, and why is a private investigator able to go in and source more information and more technology than the people that are supposed to be on top of the case? I hope they get justice for this little girl, because nobody should be murdered and nobody should be in this type of position.